Viewer discretion is advised. Your fave will be criticized.
That's Shan.
That's Chris.
Welcome to CCTV, the nonstop pop show.
Today we are going to do a quick review of Little Mix's sixth studio album, Confetti.
Okay, so Shan, do you like Little Mix?
Yeah, I learned about them actually when I was in a cappella group in college and we did wings. I was in the alto section holding the doot 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 downs, I was holding it down. I've been a fan ever since. I really like them and I'm kind of I guess I was kind of excited to hear this album because I liked Glory Days and I like LM5 and I watched their tour because I couldn't go and I was like really impressed. My favorite songs by them are Wasabi and I actually like DNA.
Oh, I love DNA too, especially the unplugged version.
Oh yeah, so good, so good.
Yes.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm a fan. I watched the season of X Factor when they were formed.
Oh,
and
lucky.
I've kind of followed them all through that. I did see them open for Ariana, and when they did I think it was Today's Show as well when I was working at NBC. So yeah, I've seen them a few times. I've listened to all their albums. My favorites, I love Touch.
Yeah.
Love Me Like You. There's also an album track on the first album called Going Nowhere that I love. Still love it. I'm obsessed with it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I was excited for this album too. They've kind of gotten better and better at performing through the years. And their stage presence is great. So yeah.
Do you have any favorite members or you just like them all equally?
Jade is my favorite.
Same. Something about that little girl. Something about her. So what are your thoughts on Confetti?
I have to be honest, I think the first half of the album is much stronger than the second.
Yeah.
And overall, I just feel it's a bit faceless. Like, I don't really remember a lot of it. And I feel like a lot of them could be sung by any girl group, which is kind of sad because they did write a lot of it as well. So it's kind of interesting. What do you think?
I agree with you. I think it was interesting that even though they all had a hand in it, nothing about it nothing about it kind of gave me refreshed my image of them. It just sounded pretty generic. And I don't know if that's because they were trying to recreate like American R&B pop, like a la Ariana Grande, because there are a lot of Taylor Park tracks on here.
Yeah.
But I mean, there were some highlights here and there, but overall, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, the singles were pretty good. I liked Sweet Melody. I mean, is it Mnek?
MNEK.
MNEK.
Yeah.
Oh, so you actually spell it out. Okay.
Yeah. I think Holiday is a great song. When that came out, I was really excited about it. And I think Breakup Song was really good too. Yeah, I do think the singles are good. But yet, even the latter half of the album, for sure, I've now listened to the album so many times, I don't even remember what most of them sound like, to be honest. But I do have to say overall that vocally, they sound great. They all sound super confident. The harmonies are really cool. There are some really interesting kind of harmonies in there.
Yes.
And yeah, they definitely have improved vocally.
No, I agree. I think the one thing about Western girl groups is that you will always get harmony. Oh man. I mean, if you're a K-pop fan or if you're not, you'll always notice that there is a lack of harmonies. And it's so good. I mean, each of these girls have an amazing tone and it's very distinct, and I hear Jade, I hear feisty and bright. I hear Leanne, I hear crystal clear. Perry is thick and powerful. And you have Jessie with her husky and sultry voice. Like I know each one of these girls each time they are singing. And the arrangements are so good. In particular, I love the little pre-hook of Happiness. It's really good. I like it. It just sounds a little like Tears Left to Cry in the chorus.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Sounds a little Tear Left to Cry. But again, I don't know if it's because Ariana Grande and Dua Lipa are kind of controlling the soundscape of pop right now. But either a lot of girl groups or a lot of female pop singers are doing like the retro 80s sound.
Yeah.
Or like this whole trap pop.
Mhm.
I really wish the girls would have done something, I don't know, maybe dark? I don't know, something a little more just impactful than trying to align themselves with the trend.
Yeah, I did find it interesting because obviously this was their first album without Simon Cowell.
Ah,
And
yeah.
so, especially with Not a Pop Song, which is clearly a dig at him, like there is this
Yeah.
kind of underlying strength, like confidence that kind of runs through the whole thing. But what I
Mhm.
find annoying about that though is that in Not a Pop Song, they're like, oh, we're not going to sing pop songs about breakups and stuff. But like literally every other song on this album is about that. And like, I don't think it's a
Right.
bad thing that pop songs are about that. So I just found
Right.
that weird to like have that
Yeah.
message.
No, you're right.
Um, and that maybe actually turned me off a little bit because I'm like,
Ah,
you guys, why are you trying to like cry for respect? You know, like
yeah.
it's like you're a girl group, like, and you guys are
Yeah.
great at what you do. Like,
Yeah.
what is this? What are you trying to prove anymore? You know?
Right,
Yeah.
right. I know what you mean. I feel like there wasn't a wasabi on this album or a
Right.
power on this album. There was nothing that was like, we are standing on our own, I guess, 8 feet. We are standing up on our own kind of
Yeah.
like strength. Everything else kind of every song on here related to a man or related to a lover of some sort. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Wow,
I mean, maybe
interesting.
Gloves Up is kind of like Power Part 2 or Salute Part 2. Not
Mm,
as good as either of those.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just it's
Yeah.
all just kind of okay. I just don't feel
Yes.
like there was much growth from the last album, I think.
Right. I agree. I agree. Are there any highlights at least for you on this album?
Yeah, I mean, I do think like we said the singles are really good.
Mhm.
I do like Nothing But My Feelings.
Mm,
And I think the one that I remembered first, like
yeah.
after the first listen, was If You Want My Love, because it
Oh
totally
my
sounds
god.
like a late
Yes, yes,
90s,
yes, yes,
2000s.
yes, yes.
Yeah, that chorus, I was like, oh my god, this sounds like In Sync or something. I was like, oh.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Um, yeah, but I don't remember what Breathe sounds like. Rendezvous was kind of like not as good as like Notice from the
Oh,
last album.
right, right,
You
right, right.
know, yeah.
Oh
How about
gosh.
you?
I'm sorry to Little Mix fans, whatever. Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, I actually have the same kind of feelings about If You Want My Love. Loved it. Um after listening to their other albums or just seeing them perform songs like Wasabi that is subtle, like,
And
some of the songs
silly.
on the
There's
album.
just like a silliness to it. Like
Yeah,
that is a song that's kind of like we're just having fun and we know we're
mhm,
awesome. And
exactly.
yeah,
I was missing that from this album. I mean,
yeah.
they sounded really good, and I gotta give a shout out to Leanne. Like, she gives me, like, timid girl vibes, but lately she's been holding it down in the live
Yes.
performances and the video. She's giving you face, she's giving you body, honey.
Mm,
I really do enjoy seeing her grow, in this group as well. Unfortunately, I just found myself vast majority of the songs, I found myself becoming very bored after 2 minutes of listening to the same singing and the same kind of delivery. Nothing was outstanding,
no.
unfortunately.
No, none of these tracks amaze me. Unfortunately, even the singles, like if you compare them to some of their older singles, I
Right,
don't think they're as good, to be honest.
right.
Um, I think overall it's a decent pop album,
Mhm.
and it's great to have a Western girl group that's still doing so well.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
but yeah, nothing much. I'm like, ooh, I want to listen to that again.
This album, I have to say, was less of a pleasure and felt more like an obligation because I'm a fan.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
sorry, guys.
All right. So my final rating for this album, I'm going to give it a 7 because I
Hmm.
don't think any of the songs are bad.
Ah, right.
It's just a little mediocre. So
Hmm,
it's a good pop album,
right.
but nothing exciting. So how about you?
I give it a 7.5. Um, their vocals were not enough to carry this song, and I need something different. Like I said, this whole R&B tinged pop a la Ariana Grande and Taylor Parks, no offense. Mm, meh.
hmm
Sorry, ladies.
Sorry. All right. So let us know what you guys think about this album in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews from us. And until next time, that's Shan.
That's Chris.
And we are CCTV.
Bye.
Bye.